I've been tapped in since I was 6. I tapped dance all on them.
Get out the way, get out the way. Get out the way, get the f up out my way. You either with me or against me, ho. What's up, guys? I know I've been gone for a minute. I always say this in the beginning of all of my videos. I know I've been gone for a minute. It's the truth. I have been gone for a while. I literally got done with my exams after uni, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, was living my life and enjoying the weather. I wanted to have a break before I came back to you anyway and just kind of recollect myself. I was also reading encouraging books and stuff, and I was doing a lot of meditation, you know, just trying to connect back to who I really am. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. You know, I appreciate all the new subscribers that have come here and joined me on my channel, and thanks for watching my content. So today, okay, what we're finna do is we finna talk about my brace journey as an adult. You know, most people don't get braces as an adult. They usually get it as a kid, and I've decided to get it done, and I'm almost 30 years old. So let's begin. I've got some notes here. If you look at my teeth, I just have an overlapping front tooth, and I have a tooth that's a little bit slightly at the back. I wanted to correct that. I've always wanted to correct it. I didn't like the overlapping front tooth. For aesthetic reasons, I just wanted to straighten my teeth. So I have an overbite, okay? And so that just means that your front teeth overlap your bottom teeth. What they usually will do when you get orthodontic treatment is give you is align your jaw and rectify your overbite before you get your braces. And so at age 14, I was going through jaw realignment, and which basically consisted of like these chunky braces. And what happens is it's like a lock effect. The actual retainer will cling on to the bottom retainer and set your jaw there. So when you close your mouth, it will hook like this. So then you're bringing your teeth back where they're supposed to be. And I had to wear those all day, every day. Take them out at night. I had to wash them. I had and brush them and brush my teeth after I ate. And as you can imagine, when you're in secondary school, who's got time to be going to the bathroom and, you know, brushing your teeth and all of that? You know, you'd spit a lot, and eating was a chore. You know, it takes you longer to eat. So like socially, it got in the way, you know. So I basically stopped wearing those, and didn't go back for any more orthodontic treatment after that. I didn't get my braces in the end because I only wore the retainers for maybe, I don't know, like a month or two. So at age 15, just before I turned 16, I went and I got a gold tooth. I got a gold tooth, but I got a window, which means that, you know, I'm going to show you a picture, guys. So this is the window that I got. Basically, I got it done in South London in some random place, which wasn't even a dentist. It was a botched job. He was like a ghetto dentist. He did everybody's gold teeth all over London, basically. And it was a bad job as well, because basically it actually pushed my jaw back even further. I already had an overbite. There was a slope at the back of my tooth. And so it was a poor job. It was a very poor job. And I basically got my tooth filed down, okay, so that you could slide this cap on, and he probably cemented it in place because it was permanent. And that's permanent damage I did to that tooth for no reason. Perfectly healthy teeth. That's one thing I can say. I had never, ever, ever had any fillings, any problems with my teeth. Nothing. So for me to file down my tooth was silly, really. But I did it because, you know, back at the time, gold teeth were popping and everybody was getting caps, and I liked the idea of getting one. I thought it would suit me, which it did at the time, but I grew out of it. So by the time I got to like 20, I wanted this cap off. And another thing with the gold window is that I felt like I was being judged. You know, I felt like at interviews I'd get judged for it. People would be like, oh, you're from the ends, you know, like you look like a ghetto. So fast forward 15 years later, and I finally decided I'm going to get rid of my tooth, and I'm going to straighten my teeth. And I did all of that this year. So I started the procedure back in March, and I got 2 treatments on my teeth for whitening. And I got this done because I had to get it done before I took the gold tooth off, because whatever they were going to put on would have to match the colour of my teeth. So I got the whitening done before that, so that I could match the whiter colour with the porcelain cap that would replace the gold one. So yeah, the treatment was easy. I mean, it was a little bit uncomfortable. The first session, it's like 2 sessions of 25 minutes, I believe, or 20 minutes, I'm not too sure. Yeah, you just basically lay there. They put this gel over your mouth. They protect your gums with a sort of gel, and then they put another gel on top of your teeth, and they stick a laser in front of your mouth. And yeah, first session went really well. Had no complaints. They told you you're not allowed to eat anything which is like tea or curry, so nothing that will cause staining. And yeah, you kind of have to be careful because you get sensitivity. They kind of warn you that if you do experience any pain in your teeth, please call them or please come back. And that's over the next 48 hours. Now, the second treatment was not like the first one. First of all, I was served by a really rude dentist. She wasn't even a dentist. She was like an assistant. And she was just really rough. Like, she was just like, oh, just lay there, don't do anything. And she walked out the room. They weren't attentive to whether I needed anything in between then. You know, I know it's a 25 minutes, but in that time, you should be checking regularly. But they weren't checking like the other ladies did. The other ladies were so sweet and nice. But this particular woman, she was just gone. And so I started to feel pain, and then I started to get like dizziness, and I started to feel sick. And I was like, oh man, I need to get up. Like, I don't feel well. And I felt like I was getting a headache. And I couldn't see nobody. After 25 minutes, the machine beeps to let them know and to let me know that the first 25 minutes is over. And then they kind of set it back up again. Obviously ask you if you're okay. Set the other 25 minutes back up. And then you continue from there. But what happened is that the 25 minutes went up and I was sitting there waiting. Nobody came in the room for 5 minutes. So I decided to get up, and obviously didn't realize that a bunch of saliva was falling out of my mouth. I couldn't feel it because I had a jumper on and the thing was covering my lips. So she's run back in the room and she's like, no, you have to lay down. You have to lay down. I was going to come. I knew that the machine finished. I was going to come. I had a little bit of sensitivity and pain. She said, oh, it's normal. She stuck the thing back on. And then I realized when I looked down that I had all this, the gel and the saliva was all down my top. I found it weird that she never said nothing. Her face is like she wanted to go. And so when I saw that, I said, can I have some tissue so I could wipe myself up? And she was like, oh, yeah. She gave me the tissue. She ran off. Okay, so I'm laying there like, I don't like how I'm being treated. I don't like this. I need to get out of here. So another lady comes in. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, because I couldn't talk, I was like, took the glasses off, sat up. She was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't feel well. And she was like, okay. Do you want to take a break? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, or you can just come back. It's completely up to you. You could come back for the other 25 minutes. Anyways, I decided not to go back for the last 25 minutes. They did offer me like some dental treatment in replacement for what I'd paid for because I didn't want the rest of the whitening done. Got offered that dental treatment and I accepted. And then I went off to my normal dentist to get like a mold taken and to fix my porcelain tooth on. The next day, looking in the mirror, noticed that the tooth was long. It was like longer than the rest of my teeth and it just didn't look right. And so I sent a few pictures to like family members, friends and everything. And I said, is it me or is the colour a bit off and the tooth is too long? Everybody was like, I can't see nothing. But me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I could see that the tooth was misaligned. It was too long for my teeth. My teeth are quite small. And especially those teeth next to my two big ones, they're tiny. And so I just wanted to match and align and it just wasn't matching. And I also could see, even though it was a pretty good match, the colour, I could also see that it was slightly yellower than the rest of my teeth. So called up the dentist told me to come back in and she just asked me what would I like to do. And I said to her, you know, I want to file it. She said if I filed the tooth down, it might crack. That means I'll have to get another one done. So we just had our fingers crossed that it didn't crack. She could file it down and, you know, it would look more aligned with the rest of my teeth, which she did, and it looked perfect. I did explain to her that it was a little bit off, the colour, but there was no other tooth that matched as well as this one did. So we ended up just sticking with the same tooth, filing it down, and that was that. So maybe like a week or two later, I went to my appointment with my orthodontist and I got my braces fitted. on top, and he had looked at my porcelain tooth and said it was a really, really, really good colour match and looks very, very natural. The first day I got them done, so I've got an overbite, and what I did was I chewed down on the bottom brace and it snapped. Okay, they snapped. When I went home, when I was talking, I noticed because they had snapped and they'd kind of moved out, the metal had moved outwards. Yeah, if you can see here, there's no race here, and there's no braces here. That's where it snapped. The brace, because they were moving out, was scratching the inside of my lips. Oh my God. So in that video where I spoke, when I did the H&M haul, yeah, my last video, and I was telling you guys like I'm in pain. That's what was going on. It was the day after I got my, no, it was the day I got my braces fitted and I was doing the talking video. R.I.P. bottom lip. I'm happy to see what this journey brings me to. I'm excited to know how my teeth are going to look. I just want to take them off and see how my straight teeth will look, because it will look weird because I've never seen my teeth straight before. So yeah, I'm due to get another tightening soon. One thing my orthodontist did say is that the bottom tooth, that tooth, if it doesn't move, he said that he will remove it, but it looks like it's moving. Yeah, it's shifting. I'm so happy about that, guys. I didn't even know. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys are in the UK, I will definitely link below who I go to, who the orthodontist I use. He's a good guy. So I hope I've inspired some of you to kind of go about and push forward and do it. I definitely recommend it. It's not a lot of time out of your life to just straighten your teeth, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is all going to end up, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. And as I said before, stay sweet, stay humble, stay beautiful, look after yourselves. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope to see you very soon in the next video. Okay, peace.